Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome to tonight's show. Ladies, y'all want to say hi?
Hey.
Sound like everybody say hi at one time. Now this time I'm gonna. Oh, that's Christine. Christine, you like you delayed. I'm sorry.
Yes, I am.
It's okay. I still love you. We're waiting on one person to get on the line, but while they do that, I'm going to say the date correct this time because the guys kind of, those guys are assholes. I'm going to let y'all know that. And I'd like to say to my guest hosts, forget y'all. Y'all going to let me say the date wrong like 3 times on live? Like, that's how y'all going to do me? Y'all allow me to do that? Y'all heard me, and y'all still allow me to do it. But I'm going to say it right today. Today is November. Clint, Willie, I hope you're listening. November 4th, 2019. If you're listening right now, you're on blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio show. If you're listening to the playback, you're either on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, where else? YouTube, or here again on Blog Talk Radio. So we appreciate all the listens, like, share, subscribing, and all that jazz. If you want to cop some merchandise, go to teespring.com/stores/GFT radio. So, again, I want the ladies from last week to introduce yourselves so we can remind people who you are. Whoever wants to go first. Remember, take turns.
So I guess since I did a chance to introduce myself last week, it's Kara. I am a 35-year-old mother, 3 daughters who drive me. I work in the banking industry, and I also run a nonprofit in my spare time, if that's what you want to call it.
Well, what is it?
We actually are a basketball training camp, but we do, during the school year, we do an after-school study help program at Monument School for the children. It's a free program. We offer it 3 days a week. So we do tutoring, homework help, and then we train them on the fundamentals of basketball. And it is for girls and boys. We do not discriminate.
That's dope. That's dope. Keita?
Thank you.
It's Keita here, 37-year-old single mom of 4 girls, just living and maintaining life with this cold I got coming on.
Oh, yeah, you sound kind of sexy. It got me all hot and bothered. That's why I tell people when they walk around me and they sound like they really stuffy. I'm like, oh, you sound sexy. Come here. Let me talk to you all day. Like, it's funny.
Yes.
Christine? Is she there? Did we lose her? Okay. Well,
all right. I'm sitting here talking. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here talking and it's on mute.
Lord.
I didn't want any noise in the background. But anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. It's Christine Mayo Patterson, 46, mother of 5, grandmother of 1. I have a bunch of things going on. I'm writing a book. Just about my journey these last 46 years. And I'm also a breast cancer survivor, and I'm helping a friend start a jewelry company. Ashley, I didn't get a chance to talk about her last week. She makes homemade jewelry, and I'm also working on my sauces and a food company. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
And it's called The Plate, and I can't really get into it because I don't know the detailed specifics because I'm actually hoping to invest in it. And, that's this is going to be a very good subject. This is going to be a very good talk.
Yes, I'm excited to have this conversation. We're going to continue the conversation from last week and get into some new topics and kind of touch on those. It's going to be an interesting show. So for y'all that tuned in last week, you already know what y'all are in store for. For those who did not listen last week, I implore you to, after you listen to this one, go to the previous episode and watch that. That's on our YouTube channel on here as well, and all our other ones I mentioned earlier, so you can catch the playback always. And let us know what you think. Not only listen, but like drop some comments. We got a YouTube channel. You can drop comments there. You can drop comments on Blog Talk Radio. I believe you can rate us on iTunes and SoundCloud. I don't know if you can. SoundCloud, you could definitely leave commentary. I don't know about Google Famous. I have to look at that because I have never looked at that. I know I can see the listens, but I don't know if you guys can leave comments. But where you can leave comments is on our website. So we post after the show is posted all through all our different social media networks. It is also posted on our website, gftradioshow.com. So that way you guys can leave comments there. It's and tell us what you think, and tell us what you thought about the show. Tell us something about the ladies and what they had to talk about. If you don't agree, tell us that too. We're open to hearing your input, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We can, like I said, on the Grown Folk Talk Radio, we always say we can be real grown and agree to disagree and be able to get our opinions across without, tearing people down, because that's what I do hate. I do hate when you disagree with somebody and then you start to take it personal. You can disagree and be mature about it, and that's what we're all about. We don't always agree with what each other are thinking or our thought processes, but we can listen and understand that that person has a different viewpoint than us. So what we say you might not like, what we say you may agree with partially or agree with wholeheartedly. Let us know what you guys think, because we want to bring the content that you guys want to hear and all those things. So don't be afraid to speak. We always say hashtag join the conversation and let your voice be heard, because we actually want to hear your feedback of what we're doing. That's what we podcast for you to guys give us your feedback, to agree to disagree, and just hear different points of view, because you never know, you might learn something from somebody that you never thought about. So that's what we're here to do. So I'm going to give out the number. It's 657-383-1155. So like I said, if you feel like you want to join in, definitely call in. We will let you be heard. I know the guys, hopefully they are listening. Christine gave them a 2-minute rule. She told me to tell them give 2 minutes. They already said they not about to do no 2 minutes. They're going to let their voice be heard. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm really excited about this thing. We're continuing the conversation. Where do we leave off at? I know we were talking about, because I don't want to jump right into the infidelity thing. I know we were talking about raising kids in our Me Too era. We talked about sexual assault and if our kids got pregnant. Before we finish the topic of abortion, I want to wrap it up with this last one. So we all have been in relationships before, or situationships at one point in our lives, and some of us may have gotten pregnant during the process. If you've gotten pregnant in the process of a situationship or a relationship or a dating phase, when you get pregnant, do you want, I've known people to do both. Not tell the person that they got pregnant and just abort it. Have the conversation with the person. They are either for it or against it, and you're the opposite. How do you deal with that? And I want to know, how do you deal with those situations, about getting input from the other person involved in the situation, or do you just deal with it how, or you just make up your mind and deal with it how you choose to deal with it? I know for all of us who have kids, we've been through that thought process of what we're going to do if we didn't think we were going to have the child, or our thought process on deciding to have the child. So I kind of want to get to that part, like more so along the lines of deciding to have an abortion, whether you told the partner, had their input, was it their sole input that you have it, or you're just said, no, I'm not about to have your kid, I'm going to have an abortion on my own and do my own thing and not even tell you that I was pregnant. So what are you guys' thoughts on that one? I kind of want to get Key to jump in first, and then after her, Christine, and then Kier. I'm calling you Kier, like I don't know your damn name. That's terrible. Okay, so Keita.
Within the confines of a relationship, regardless of what it is, whether it's just, monogamous, situationship, whatever it is, communication is key. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, the decision does lie with the female. However, she needs to be able to, I guess, take the consequences that come with that. Because if you're in a relationship situation, whatever, become pregnant, guys like, yo, okay, no, that's not what I want. You decide to have that baby anyway. Me personally, I don't feel like you should put that on him. However, if it's vice versa, he wants the baby and all this other stuff, and you still don't, you still have that right to end the pregnancy. But you have to deal with the consequences. Maybe he's not going to look at you the same moving forward. Maybe he's not going to be able to be with you, after you have the abortion. So it's like you have to communicate what you want, what you expect, but you can't expect everyone to agree, and I don't believe that it should be forced upon him either. If he flat out told you, like, nah, this is not what I want. Because sometimes accidents do happen. Women are told that they cannot get pregnant, and then they do. Birth control methods fail all the time. So you can take all the precautionary steps, and accidents still happen, but you just have to have that mindset that we have to communicate this and have to be able to accept the consequences either way that it goes. That's just how I see it.
Okay. Kira? Or was it Christine next?
I thought it was Christine.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Christine.
Okay. I agree with everything Keita said except for the fact if you don't want to have a baby with somebody, then you don't need to be having sex with somebody. So if you wind up getting a girl pregnant and she wind up keeping it, just know your check is going to be garnished. So maybe that we should start thinking about who we're having sex with and who we're having babies with. But everything else, I agree with her. You have to have a conversation. I always had a conversation, but at the end of the day, it was my body. Because I knew at the end of the day, I was going to be the one raising this child. And I was going to be the one getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just did not want to have any more kids. And I don't feel bad about it. Because we're put in situations, and you have to do what's best for you. Knowing what I know now, would I make that same choice? No, I wouldn't. I would probably have 6 kids, 7 kids, had I made different choices. And I don't feel bad about it, but at the time they were the best choices for me.
I agree. At the end of the day, we want to say that it's okay to include the man's opinion on whether or not you should keep this child. But the very first thing we thinking about is he going to provide for said child? You know, whether you was in a situation, whether he going to step up or not. Like, we know these things, even though we like pretend we don't know. Mm-hmm. And even though we want it to be something different, we still make the decision either way. So, yes, I think it's important for us to hear him out and see what his viewpoint is, because it may be different from what you're thinking. But even with that being said, you still need to assess the situation, because at the end of the day, he could tell you, he could sell you the whole bill of goods. And you like, yeah, we're going to do this. And then as soon as it happened, it's like, oh, well, I wasn't really up for that. Even though I said I was, this ain't really my, and now you stuck. So my thing is, I've had a situation in the past where I had to have that conversation with a person. And it was like, this person wanted to keep the child, but they wasn't prepared either. So in my mind, this about to change my whole life. Am I really sure that this person being sure is enough for me to want to go forward with this? And it wasn't. It just wasn't. So I had to make that decision that was best for myself, because at the end of the day, like you said, that onus falls on you. Unfortunately, they can get up and walk away whenever they feel like it, even though they want to know that's not the case. Yeah, that's really the case. Because when kids come check in, when the school system come check in, who they checking for? They checking for the mother. So, it's important to include them in the decision. It's important to include their, I don't know how to say it. It's important to include their thoughts and to, to appreciate where they're coming from. But it's more important to be in tune with yourself. So it's, for me, the whole idea of an abortion, I may or may not agree with that, but at the end of the day, it's about having the choice to do what's best for your life, period. And that's what we should be pushing. That's where we should all be, no matter what.
Okay. So my thoughts on this one is, like I said, I've known people to do both of the options. They didn't say anything, had an abortion, didn't give a rat's ass how that person felt, and just chose to do what they wanted to do because they knew that they were not ready for that type of responsibility. For me personally, I had one at one point, and I had to do it for many, like, not unless I had to. I chose to do it for many reasons. It was for one, it was an unhealthy situation that I was going to be walking into, whether or not that person wanted me to have the child. At one point, I wanted to have the child. That was the ideal. The whole purpose of me even getting pregnant was we were moving forward in life, marriage, and we were engaged, all that. So it was like we created this. That was the first time I can actually say I created a child because we both wanted it. We chose to do this. And then, life comes, you all happy thinking peaks and sunrise and sunshine and sunset. And then life slaps you in the face with a big reality check that life is not what it seems. So you get smacked back down from your little high horse of happiness, and reality sets in, and life is just this ugly picture. And the picture basically was, it was an extremely unhealthy situation. So it was either have this child and this person wanted me too, to have the child, to hold on to them, we have the same type of attachment to each other, or let go because I had, in order to let go of that situation, that unhealthy situation, I had to let go of everything. And that, for me, was the hardest decision in my entire life. And at that point in my life, I wasn't sound of mind, if I can say that. I wasn't 100% in my right mind because of how bad the situation was. And in my mind, that baby would have convinced me that somehow it was going to work out, even though it just wasn't. And so that decision was that. Do I regret it? Absolutely, because like I said, that was the first kid I could actually say that I would have had because me and that person made it happen. That's what we were doing, trying to have a baby because we wanted to build our family. And you talking about announcing it to our families, being excited, happy about it, like we're engaged, and then shit goes to hell in the handbasket. So that's how, so when I think Kira said, or was it Keita, that you can think that everything's fine, and they can say, yeah, have this child, and then life happens, and then it's this big mess, and it's this toxic situation that you're raising a kid in. So in hindsight, as much as I would love to have had that child, and I thought about that child even currently, it was the decision that I needed the best decision I could have made in that situation. So, but I'm very big on let's communicate. If I'm pregnant, whether we're keeping it or not, we're going to have a conversation. What do I do? What are we going to do? This is the process. What are we planning on doing? How are we going to make this work? Whether we're together or not, how are we going to make this work? If we're going to make it work, or what are we about to, or what's the other options? So I just don't. Not that I don't want to say I don't respect people doing it without telling them, because I get it from a standpoint of you just want to inform a female, you want to make sure you can do it, and you want to put that pressure on somebody to put in that situation. Maybe you weren't ready for that situation, so you chose to do it. But I just still think a conversation should be had. But if you choose not to, that's on you. You got to deal with the repercussions of not saying something to that other person, and then, going through that process or whatever by yourself, because at that point you're not telling. That's what bothers me. Don't go through it in secret, because then you got to deal with that whole process by yourself. And if that's something that you've never done before, that's an emotional thing to go through. Some people can deal with it without emotions, but that's an emotional decision to make. It's an emotional thing to process. Your body is reacting to what you have now had done to you, it's a lot. So for me, like I said, I think about it and I regret it, but at the same time, I knew it was the best decision I made in that particular situation. But I just think that we have to think about these things thoroughly and understand the repercussions of that, because not everything goes according to plan. Abortions too. Sometimes you can have complications. The repercussions of that could be long-term, lifelong effects. Yeah, everybody's body is different. So you have to be mindful of those things, and you have to protect yourself at all costs. And, it's just something that you need to do. And so I just think that in those situations, I would prefer you speak up, but then again, who am I to tell people what to do? But I just feel like you should, because you shouldn't have to go through the situation by yourself. But hold on, guys. We got a caller. I know who it is. Huh?
No, I was going to say, I was agreeing with you, absolutely. They should have a choice as well.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Caller, you're on the line. Hello?
Let me hear. Hello?
Yes?
Hello, my name is Tonette.
Hi, Tonette.
Hello.
How are
I was
you?
trying to gather all the information that was given just now, but I feel as though, it's our body, and if we make the decision of what we want to do, then that's what we should do.
Okay.
I've had a situation like this, and my kids were 24 years old and 11 years old, 2 boys, and I was very shocked. I said, oh, wow, what the hell is going on? But at the same token, I was scared because I was like, oh, no, this can't happen. So, I let my significant other know what was going on. He was shocked as well. He said, well, what you want to do? I said, well, I'm not having no more kids. So we're going to have to do what we had to do. So therefore, I'm saying I don't agree with abortions, but when you know that you're not capable of raising another child and you don't want to raise this child with this person or whatever the case may be, you're just not ready. Then you don't do it. Whether you're, how could I say this? Whether you and this person is together or whatever the case may be, and y'all both agree to whatever you guys, I'm sorry.
I said we call it relationship or situationship.
Either way. Right.
I hear you.
And you guys come to an agreement, okay, well, and he give you the opportunity to be like, well, do you want, no. That was my thing, no. I have 2 boys. I have an older boy. I have a middle boy. Like, no, we're not doing this. And don't get me wrong, he was there for me 1,000% before, after. But don't get me wrong, I felt bad when I did go get it done. I cried. I think I cried for like 4 or 5 days, literally. But guess what? He was right here every time I cried.
That's dope.
So
that's
I'm
a hard
not.
thing to go through.
Yeah, it is. It is. But guess what? All I can say is when you're my age, raising a 24-year-old and an 11-year-old, you got to think, damn, do I want another baby in my life?
Starting all
Hell
over again.
no. Hell no, I'm not starting all over again.
I gotta.
I'm feeling this vibe right now. My kids is. Let me tell you something. My kids is 13 years apart. No, I don't want to do that again.
Right.
So, if a person is against abortion, if they don't want to get no abortion, What, Kara? What I tell who? Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry. Me and Kara is in the same room actually, but yeah,
Lord.
of course I would tell them. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of people. See, I know people that won't. That's what I'm saying. That's why I specifically added that into the outline.
Oh.
Because, like I said, I know people that have gone through it, not said anything to their partner, and was done with it.
Can I say something?
But you have to be a woman enough to tell the person what's going on with you. Why wouldn't you tell the person?
Because, can I say something? Okay, so there are instances where a man can manipulate a woman into having a baby because this man wants her to have a baby, right?
Right.
And so she has this baby. He's manipulating her to have this baby so he can have control over her. So she knows that this man is going to do this to her, so she can't tell him that she's going to have an abortion because he'll manipulate her not to. Or, tell her men have a way of manipulating women to do what they want them to do. So I can understand a woman like, look, we're not even going to have this conversation. You're not going to sit here and feed me these bunch of dreams and bullshit. And the next thing you know, I have this baby and you walk out. No, some women are like, this is my body. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm not having a baby. We're not even going to have this discussion. And I respect them for that. Because, yes, like as women, when you get pregnant by a man, you want to be with that man. And you don't, and you know this man is not going to be the man for you, so you don't even want to hear it. And so now, would I do that? No, I would never do that. But I understand why a woman would do that. Okay, I'm going back on mute.
Understand.
Right.
No,
and you know what, Chris? Chris, I'm sorry. Chris, I really agree with you. But on the other end, this is my body, honey. And guess what? You could try to pull all the tricks and trades and the manipulation and all type of shit going on, but guess what? I'm not having no child. Let me tell you something. My last son, I made my son. My first son was an oops baby. And my second baby, I made him. That's it, and that's all.
Yeah. But to her point, you do have some men, I'm not going to say all because, I don't want my podcast mates that's listening and yell at me, but I'm just being honest.
Right.
There are some men that deal with broken females.
Right.
Right? I was a broken female at one point. Like I said, for my specific situation, I hear what she's saying because I told him what I was going to do, and he told me, no, don't do that. That's our baby. And I told him what I was going to do. But in that situation, like I said, it was extremely unhealthy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
the point being that
if he had physically been able to be around me, because he wasn't around me, this was his phone conversation. If he had physically was able to be in my circumference, like, love will have you do stupid ass shit.
Right.
In my mind, I would have, like, because at that point I was broken down emotionally, completely, like, lost in this man. So if he had been around me or had been allowed, because my mother was the one that kind of shielded him from me because she knew if he would have came to me, that baby would be here. Mm-hmm. And I would fill up his ass on some bullshit, like something was going to change, and dealing with all the fuck shit that I was dealing with. The reason why I'm talking about, like, understand this. This is how broken I was. I just want you to understand what my headspace was. I met him when I was probably early 20s. I was with him for 4 years. He had me to the point where if Jesus, I just lost my train of thought. He had me so jaded that he cheated on me. I moved out. We got back together. We decided to have a baby. We got engaged. We were engaged prior to us breaking up. We got re-engaged. We decided to have the baby. I got pregnant. We told everybody. Within a week after my first sonogram, when I found out how far along I was, the next day he married the girl he cheated on me with.
Get the fuck out of here.
And when I tell you, I was still in love with this man, and had he been around, and had he, like, even after he got married, he was still in my coming to me, talking to me like, no, you don't understand. I married her because X, Y, Z, and I was believing everything this nigga said to me. That's how fucking fucked up I was at that particular time. Like, when I tell you this nigga had me, he had me. Like, he could tell me the sky was fucking a crazy ass color, and I believed everything that nigga said to me. Like, you couldn't tell me that what he wasn't saying to me was the gospel. Like, that's how fucked up I was over him. So for my mom to have to shield me from him because, and I'm being 1,000% honest with you, if he had came into my face after that point, my mom blocked him, I would have had that baby and thought that somehow while this married man still loved me and we were going to work things out some magical way. That's where I would be at now. Because I had his
we
kid.
have to agree that there are reasons either way.
Yes.
And that in those reasons, as long as the woman herself is being accountable, we're not talking about the woman who here, there, and everywhere, know what she's doing, getting pregnant, and having multiple abortions and not telling these men. We're talking about situations where you know that this ain't it, and you made a decision to really save yourself, you know. So in those cases, yes, whatever decision that it is that you're making, just realize, one, that you're not only affecting yourself, you could be affecting other people, but two, being accountable for it and knowing what your reasons are and standing on them reasons. Just like you said, Sonny, like at the end of the day, you may have regretted the decision, but it was the best decision for you to make at the time.
Yeah.
And I think we've all been there with different situations, but that being the main one, you know, because I feel like as women, we take it seriously to bring these kids into this world, you know, and for you to make a decision not to bring a child into this world, it's already been conceived, that weighs on you for the rest of your life. We don't make these decisions easily, you know.
Yeah.
So for all those women out there, you know, who made the decision not to tell them, for whatever your reason is, hopefully it was a legitimate reason, we respect that.
Yeah.
And if you did tell them and you still, you know, did what you needed to do even though they was with it, we respect you for that. So it's no, you know, no judgment either way, but we just need to understand that we all made these decisions based on what was going on at that moment. And like you said, Keita, you gave them the opportunity, you know, you would give them the opportunity to have your voice and have an input because that's what they deserve in most cases, not every case. But at the end of the day, you had to make the decision that's best for yourself. Period.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
Can I just say this one last thing before we go on to the next subject? How, like, do you think if men had babies, if men were the ones that were having babies, do you think we would be able to tell them when to have it? Like, would we have a voice in the option of them having a baby? Never.
Hell no. Hell no.
If men had babies,
so why is abortion? Abortion should not even be a law. Abortion shouldn't even. You have no person, body, or law has the right to tell a woman what to do with their body. Like that's
right.
Absolutely.
Okay, can we talk about cheating? No, I'm just joking.
No, but we will go to the next topic, but I want to say this. If men had babies, it'd be less babies in this world. Them men can't even take a cold.
You better say it.
Somebody's baby.
Girl, you better say that shit.
I love y'all, but y'all, man, oh my God. Like, y'all, you better listen. You better have a seat.
I'm not having this baby.
Let a man get a period. The world is over.
Two people. It'd be two people in the world, Adam and Steve, and that's it.
Oh my God. need to have a round
there
table
like
with
this.
one, but
What we not about to do is that. We already know what's about to happen. These niggas get a cold. This the end of the world. They about to die. They on death's bed. You don't understand.
so you better say it. I got a fever. I'm not feeling good.
I love y'all, man. I done took care of many. I done took care of sick men. I know. I love y'all, but like that's real.
Oh my goodness.
That is real. But let's go to the other topic. I know Christine is egging to get on this. I'm going disclaimer, guys, as from the GST radio staff, and that includes myself. Before we get to this topic, I'm not. This topic is not intended to male bash. We're going to speak our minds.
Yeah.
No, because I'm going to say this because I also want to talk about women cheating too. We're not about if we're going to talk about infidelity,
they do it
oh
too.
yeah,
we got to
honey.
talk about it both sides of the way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But don't be giving out trade secrets. All right, so.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm only playing. But so before we get into who cheats, why they cheat, and blah blah blah, I want to go to how do y'all know that your significant other is cheating on you? Like, what are the signs that you can identify that lets you know that this person is cheating?
I'm raising my hand right now. It's Kira.
I know, right? I know. I'm like, who's going first? I'm trying to contain myself.
Okay, save me for last.
How I know?
Somebody got
They
echo.
don't keep the same energy. They don't keep that same energy from the time that they was wooing you and charming you and getting you and being a habit in your life, and then they fall off. So, yeah, it's just it ain't the same no more. You start to see the little shit, less time spent, the less phone calls made, the less text messages being answered immediately, So those little nuances that they don't think we pay attention to, that I'm pretty sure all my ladies pay attention to.
Yeah, I don't think they know. That's why I always say that the pattern.
Huh?
I always say it's the pattern because men, I feel like men are creatures of habit. Some women are too, but they're creatures of habit. So when they switch stuff up, like I said, the one that I was dealing with when I lived with, he never went anywhere up under me all the time, and all of a sudden now you want to go out now. And then in a later conversation after we had broke up and all this shit had passed, he said the day I went to go cheat on you and go spend time with this girl, you said something to me. And in my mind, I thought you knew that I was going to go see her. And I was like, what the hell did I say? He said it was something normal about me. It was something about me about to go somewhere, and now I'll never go nowhere. So what am I up to? He said, and you, in my mind, you just knew I was going to go see her. But
because it's your time, you did that.
Because subconsciously, whenever our mates are cheating, it's like you feel it. You feel the energy is off. You get that feeling. It's like you get the feeling before you get the proof.
Okay. Christine, I know you waiting.
See, and I'm being good, right? Okay, so see, my significant other has a conscience. And he can't do anything wrong unless you've done something wrong to him. So every time he would go to cheat, I knew he was cheating because he was accusing me of cheating. And I don't cheat. I'm a grown woman. If I'm going to go out there and be with somebody else, I'm going to be with somebody else, and I'll tell you I'm going to be with somebody else. I didn't want to be with nobody else, but he would always accuse me of cheating. And that's how I knew. And I'd be like, for real, I thought we got past this. But, yes, that was his telltale.
Cheated?
It's the same. It's just like I had said before. It's like you always feel something is wrong before you actually have the proof. It's just something about the energy, how you interact. Just like you said, that change of habit. You don't go nowhere. While all of a sudden you're taking a shower. Not only are you going somewhere, but you're taking a shower, getting all snuggled before you go somewhere. Like, no, nigga, no. What's going on? But for me personally, I felt it before I had the proof, but I was right every time.
Okay. We still got Tanette on the line?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What's your thoughts? Like, what were the signs for you, if you ever caught the signs?
Oh, the lack of consistency.
Okay.
You know, the consistency was, I'm going to say 100. I'm not going to say 1,000. The consistency was 100. And then all of a sudden it became 5%.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't keep the same energy that you did when we first started talking, then something wrong. That's all.
So, Kiara, I want to get you in it, and I want to ask one more. I want to ask another question before we get into all the other stuff about cheating. But go ahead, Kiara.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that was my thing about being inconsistent, the same energy not being shown. I'm with Keita. That energy that you feel in your gut when you know it ain't right. Ooh, listen, I'm over here shouting because that's the truth right there. We feel that.
Yes.
And I'm sorry to chime in, but your stomach start hurting. You know, your stomach getting knots and shit. You can't sleep. You're tossing and turning. And you're drinking a little bit more wine. And you're thinking about shit. Oh, yeah.
And two and two
there you go.
You know, it's so funny because I'm sitting here listening to y'all talk, and that's the beginning. That's the beginning of cheating. Like in the beginning, you have these feelings, and you don't know what these feelings are, and then years later, you realize what those feelings were.
And it was in those moments that he was actually doing what you thought he was doing. You know, even though you were telling yourself that he not.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I have another question. My follow-up question is, in the dating stage, do you consider the change of pattern cheating?
Ooh,
no.
That's a good question.
So it's not.
No, because he's not mine.
So anything that he does. So
that's now. That's now. Now as a grown woman, like we're dating, like you do what you want to do, like. But as when you're young, when you're dating, you're married.
That's true.
Like it's different. Like there's levels to this. And in the beginning, if we're dating, like if I was 18 and I'm dating somebody, like we're dating,
right.
Don't date nobody else. Because
right.
this may go somewhere, but like right now, I'm 46, and if I decided to go out there and date again, like you can date whoever you want to, and don't be in my phone because I'm not gonna be in yours. Like grown, we're not married.
Mhm.
Yep.
Agreed.
I could dig that. I could dig that.
So I have a question though, real quick. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but.
No, you're fine.
What do you do when you know they're cheating?
That's what I was going to say. Do you stay?
Oh, my bad, babe. I'm okay.
Can I have my hand up?
Okay, my bad, babe. My bad.
Go ahead, Christine.
Either you, okay, if you know that your significant other is cheating, right, you have two choices, stay or leave. Now, if you're going to leave, and leave the situation alone. But if you're going to stay, turn a blind eye and act like you don't care. Because if you stay and you keep going through his phone and all you're it's hurting yourself. If you're going to stay with a cheater, then you have to not care. You just can't care.
Absolutely. Pretty much.
I agree.
Yeah, but some people cheat and then both of them are cheating on each other and they still stay. I don't get that.
We ain't doing that.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Y'all both cheating Y'all both get mad when y'all catch each other cheating. What the fuck are y'all doing?
I really do not understand the dynamic.
No, that's you know what? That because people like drama. People like drama, and it like. I think people do. I think people do it out of boredom.
You think so?
Because if both of you are cheating, there's obviously something very wrong there.
Right, and it ain't even no need to discuss it at that point.
No, yes,
I believe.
Do you?
Control, alter, delete.
Just erase everything, huh?
Let me tell you, no, it's funny. No, because my sister just looked at me crazy, but I say this because I will block you out. I'll block you from my phone, social media, everything. And I have to tell y'all this story because it's so funny because I really had to block someone from my life. And I was okay with it. I was, chilling, doing my thing, going with my son, sports, work, home, cook. And he will pull up and blow the horn. And I look out the window like, oh, shit, he outside. Oh, keep doing what I'm doing. And I did that for a minute. So just this one day I came outside. I was like, oh, God, I hope he ain't outside. When I come out the door, I'm looking both ways. I'm like, oh, shit, all right, I'm getting in my car. Girl, by the time I got in the car, Grace pulling up like, oh, you still got me blocked? I said, yeah, nigga, you got me fucked up. But I say this to say this because he has to realize, like, damn, I really can't, like, get over on her. No. Mm-hmm. You can't get over on me because you got me fucked up. So you're going to man up, put your big boy drawers on, or whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it. Just know that you're not going to fuck over me. At the end of the day, he's still around.
I can't.
That's because you're bored.
That's exactly right, Chris.
I'm not bored.
You are.
I'm not bored. I just want him to see that. Listen,
right now,
you got me messed up.
Honestly, right now, I wouldn't even think about dating. I wouldn't even, because you know what you're going to have to deal with. You know that this man is not going to be faithful. He's probably got 4 or 5 other girls that he's dating. And, like, I don't got time for it. You know why men cheat? And this is the real deal. A man is only as faithful as his options.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I think Chris said that.
Here, what I just tell you tonight?
He's
I
only as faithful as his options.
Before the call.
If a man loves his wife, if a man loves his girlfriend or the girl that he's with or the man that he's with or whoever, if they are in love, Halle Berry can walk by and Halle Berry won't even be an option. If a man has multiple options and really, he loves his wife, but that's an option. He's gonna take the option.
Mm. Right.
And then they get all raggedy and crusty and want to settle down. They nobody wants their crusty.
Girl, no, they don't.
No,
they don't.
They
don't. But let me tell you something. They don't get old and crusty because they still be old and crusty doing their ones and twos. Believe me, I know.
Oh no, absolutely, I agree.
Because of the options they have.
It's no options if they old and crusty because they still do their ones and twos. And I'm not gonna go in on it, but they could be old and crusty and still doing their ones and twos.
Oh, sure, because
So a man is only faithful to what he want to be faithful to. Because I believe there is no man on this world that's freaking faithful.
Oh, I know a couple.
You just heard a whole lot of things
I know
tonight.
a couple men who are faithful.
Ooh.
I do.
And
I know some. And I'm proud of them. And I pray to God that they are, because I never heard about them cheating. So I'm going to say
never heard,
faithful.
but Chris, you never heard.
No, I would have heard.
You never heard.
Oh, I would have heard. I would have heard.
No, you wouldn't have. No, because guess what?
Yes,
that's what men do. That's how good they at it. They good at it.
No, man.
You're not gonna hear it because they're so good at it. No, sir. I can't agree with that one.
I'm sorry. I do not believe that. I will never believe that. I do not care. There are faithful men out there, men that do not cheat. It's just that there's more men. There's more of them that will cheat, and it's messing it up for men. That's why
it's definitely messing up for men. It is.
So we're not going to talk about the men anymore. We're going to talk about the females.
Okay, let's talk about the females.
So now
females are trying to catch up.
Us women don't cheat.
Chris, I'm with
some
you
of us be
I'm
cheating.
trying to get my numbers up.
Okay, yes. Some of us women had cheat. I know. No, for me, did I ever cheat in a relationship? I think I ain't even going front. So the dude that I told y'all about that married the bitch and all that other stupid shit he did. All the other stupid shit he did. So before we broke up while we were living together, he used to do this thing where he just never came home, right? We lived together. So he never came home all the time. So he used to talk shit to me about how nobody wanted me, I wasn't all that, I ain't nothing to look at, blah, blah. This is now, if anybody's seen me, prior to that, during that time, I was an extreme tomboy. So I didn't really dress up. Like, I was a tomboy. Like, I got dressed up, like, because I had to go to an event or something like that. But even then, I'm considered a plain Jane. Well, I was considered a plain Jane. So I didn't really dress up. I don't wear makeup, so, don't get my nails done. So I was like a tomboy. Like, you saw me with niggas more than you saw me with females. So he used to come at me like, don't nobody want you, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Never came home. I would, like, be on the phone begging him to come home. At one point, she used to call me and tell me he wasn't coming home. Like, all this stupid shit was happening, right? So one day I said to him, one day you're going to come here on some, because he used to come like once in a blue. Like, I'm talking about 3 times out of the month he used to come home. Like, this was going on for a good while because I was stupid and young. So he used to come home sporadically. So I said, one day you're going to come home, I'm going to have somebody laying in your bed. Like, that's how I was, threatening him like that. He was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I punched you in the face. I had somebody come in the house and, do all X, Y, Z shit to you. Even though I know he was a punk bitch anyway. But at one point, I was talking to somebody. You know how you vent to your problems to your people, and she had brought somebody over to, I was at her house. She brought somebody over there that liked me or whatever. We was kicking it, we was chilling. I had knew them for years, but, like, I didn't really pay him no mind because there was somebody I knew for years, and, like, I consider him, like, my homie, not nothing to look at like that, whatever. So we was chilling and whatever on some bullshit, and he kept saying, like, I don't know why, so-and-so told me what you were going through. I don't know why you're dealing with that, blah, 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 this, that, and third. Next thing you know, we fucked, whatever. I cried because I really didn't want to fuck him, but I was just needing somebody to, give a fuck about me because this nigga obviously didn't. He wasn't coming home, all the stupid shit. So I ain't never say nothing about it, left it at that, whatever. So in his mind, I had never cheated on him. So one day, like, well after years of us breaking up and years later after we had a closer conversation, I told him, I said, I ended up fucking somebody, and I said I regretted it because I only did it to fulfill a void that it didn't even fill. Like, I just did it on some, like, you kept telling me nobody wanted me, and obviously somebody did, whatever. Like, saw through whatever I was going through and still wanted me, like that, whatever. But, like, that's the time I know I cheated, but, like, he never knew because he didn't give a fuck about a pattern for me because he was never there. And he would have known to this day unless I had said something to him. So I think, for one, we females cheat better because we don't do it how they do it. We're real conscious of how shit happens and how shit's supposed to happen. But it's just like it's just crazy because I feel like we do choose to cheat, but I think guys take our cheating a little different if we decide to cheat in a relationship because we're more emotional. Like, niggas just fuck anybody. Like, a bitch got a big ass, offer to suck his dick, whatever the case may be. He like, all right, I'm going to do this. It ain't shit. It's nothing to them. And for us, it's like we cheat because that emotional disconnect and we're trying to still avoid, or some of us could just fucking not care. But for the most part, we care. So we're going to choose who we fuck wisely. So we put a little thought in it. We won't be fucking Raggedy Ann down the street just because, like, you don't leave a state for ramen noodles, but these niggas be doing shit like that. So if we cheat with somebody that we could possibly leave you for, or we feel like it's filling the void that you're just not doing. So that's why I think when we cheat, or if we are to cheat on our mate or whatever, they take that shit hard because we, as women, don't, because I don't know, some different, but we don't open our bodies up to just any and everybody. So if we're going to open our bodies to anybody, they look at it as a potential, like, of death. This is why guys don't like when we emotionally cheat, because emotionally cheating to them is more than us fucking somebody else. Like, that's like a death sentence to them. Like, you emotionally allow somebody into your circumference, and whether you fuck them or not, you might as well have, because it's the same thing to them.
Right. Ooh,
Christina,
I agree with you. I so agree with you. I don't have nothing to say.
I have the same story, but it's just a little bit different. So, no, it's not. It's not a little bit different. It's the same story. So, I was dating this guy, and he cheated on me, kept cheating on me. I even fought one of the girls that he cheated on me with. So I'm, going back and forth, living with him, coming home, living with him. Finally, I go and I live with him, and I stay. And I'm coming home, and this is before cell phones, and I'm picking up the phone, and I'm pressing redial, and it's calling females because, answering machine, so it's a female's number. And, and this is constant. And I'm like, you know what? He thinks it's a game. So, well, it's in my book, so I can't really go into details, but it wasn't a basketball player. And because you're not going to keep playing with me. And so, yeah, he was, it wasn't a basketball player. It was a football player. But in the book, it's a basketball player. And I did it because I had to show him, like, look, if you don't want me, I will be good. I will be great. You don't have to be my man. There are other people that want me. But it took so much for me to go and cheat on him. And then, things happened, and I realized that cheating, doing that circle, before I started dating, like, going forward, before I started, if I ever went to go cheat on him, I would break up. We'd have to break up, go our separate ways, because I'm not going to cheat on you no more. I learned my lesson from that one time. I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm a grown woman. If I want to go out there and mess with somebody else, then that's what I'm going to do. And if you don't like it, then you don't do it. Because how dare you have anything to say about me cheating when you, man, I can't throw a stone.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Anybody next, or do we just speak the truth?
So, this is Kira.
Okay,
sorry, you going, Keita? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Kira.
I was just going to say, not this past relationship that I was just in for the last 8 years, but the one prior to that, I was a lot younger. That was one thing. So I really did look at things a little bit differently, because I probably wouldn't have done all the things that I did if I was this age. So, but let's just say I was in a relationship with somebody who was never going to be good for me either way. But we was there, lived together, all that good stuff. But like you said, Sonny, like, it would be times where he would never come home. Like, he was a bouncer. So he would get away with certain little shit like that, And, okay, so you work till 2, 3 in the morning because you a bouncer. And then after that, I went and had breakfast or something. So I'm not seeing you until 5, 6 o'clock on a regular every weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes even Sunday. And so it got to a point where it was just like, I'm bored. Like you said, girls, I'm bored. At this point, I'm just like, shit, I got some time to get into some shit. And it wasn't necessarily my personality because I had never been on that type of time before. But at this point, it's like, oh, this nigga ain't never home. And I'm almost certain that even though some of these weekends he actually be working, some of these weekends he actually not working. You feel me? So, hey, if he got time to do it and he leaving me open to have time to do it, why not? And so I did my thing. I mean, to be honest with you, probably don't know to what extent, but I probably had a whole other boyfriend outside of him that he didn't even know about because that's how much he wasn't ever home. So in my mind, it was like he deserved what he got based on how he was treating me. But when I think about it, and I moved into my next situation, my next relationship, I have really had to reevaluate that because that wasn't who I was. I was actually going against my own personal brain, you know, trying to get back at him. It wasn't doing nothing but bringing myself down at that point. So when I went into the next situation, I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I don't care what this nigga do, blase, boom. I'm just going to be able to be the one at the end of the day to be like, man, at least I ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
No, but that's because it does something to you. Like, I mean, for me, it did something to me. It made me feel weird because you step outside that. Like, I'm not perfect by far. I never claimed to be. I done did fucked up shit in my lifetime. But, like, when you do something like that, like, you know, that mantra is like, am I going to do this every relationship? Like, nah, I ain't got to do all that. Like, you just going to have to, like, leave me. Like I got to the point where I feel like how, I forget who said it, is if I got to cheat on you, then leave me the fuck alone. Like, we done. Like, I ain't got to do all that. Like, because I could be, like, I always tell people, I'm petty and I'm an asshole. I could do fuck shit all day. I could match your energy completely. But why? What does that get me? All I'm going to get is I'm a hoe, I'm this and a third. I'm never going to give you that.
Exactly. It's not, you're not going to.
Go do what you're going to do, and bitch, all right, I'm out.
Right.
Yes,
and
like,
so
why play the game? Unless that's what you want to do.
Absolutely. And that's how I feel like, you know, upon exiting my last relationship after all them years, it was like, you know what? I didn't let this man take me out of myself because of what he was doing. So I feel proud of myself about that, you know, considering what I had before.
That's what that's what I felt bad about myself. I felt bad about myself because I gave my body to a man that I normally would not have given my body to. But because I wanted to prove a point, I gave my body to this man. And I regretted that. Like, I did, because he didn't deserve it. Like, it was on some groupie shit. Like, real talk. It was on some groupie shit. Like, oh, because, yeah. See, and that's what, if you're going to get him back, get him back. Don't fuck his friend. Fuck the next level.
You feel me?
Anyway.
But
I'm going to be honest with you before I let it go. I'm going to be honest with you. So the situation with going ahead and doing it based on what he was doing, and then the situation of not doing it based on because I didn't want to be viewed a certain way. I'm going to tell you, neither one of them served me any purpose. I'm going to be real honest with you. In this last situation, even though I didn't cheat, I should have. But
she's like, I should have cheated.
I feel good about it in the way that I can move forward. Like, you know what, I made a conscious decision not to do something to that effect. You know, and it didn't have nothing to do with him. Actually, it just had everything to do with how I viewed myself, you know. But now at 35, I'm just like this. I'm with you, Chris. Ain't no point in me sticking around if I even think that that's what you're doing. Because it's going to force me to think about that. And I don't even want to think about it. Either we doing this and it's just me and you, or we not doing this, period.
I'm going to be by myself.
I just want to say I am very proud of you guys, for how you guys like to handle the situation, because I'm the complete opposite. I did not cheat I wouldn't say as a revenge tactic or anything like that. But bottom line was, we were in a relationship for 10 years. 2 kids together, through the relationship. He was who he was. He is who he is. He's not going to change. He is. But it's like, I didn't cheat on him because he was cheating on me. It was more so, okay, I just want companionship. It didn't even have to be sexual. And I had the conversation with him. You're so busy splitting your time, A, B, C, D, whether you're telling me that you're working all the time, which I know is a goddamn bold-faced lie, you're leaving me by myself. I just want to be friends. So would you mind, or would it bother you if I just got my own separate friend? And he told me that it would bother him. So I made sure he never knew that I had one.
Oh, wow.
But you asked him. That's bullshit. That's boss.
That's some boss ass shit. Like, who? Hey, listen. So, you know what? Let me get one over here. Yo, if I had the balls to do that, like,
can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I want to say one thing because I'm watching the game, the Giants and the Cowboys. It all boils down to it. Get some fucking toys.
I got toys. That's the type of point. That's not going to do it. Toys can't hold you at night. Toys can't cuddle with dad. None of that.
But guess what? They don't cheat.
That's the companionship.
They don't cheat. They stay home all night. It's just a joke. I'm just saying.
All you gotta do is buy them batteries. That's it. That's all they require.
Batteries die. What you gonna do when batteries die at 12 o'clock at night? You gonna go to 25 Walmart?
But right up the street. Right
I
up
got
the
the one
street.
that's rechargeable.
Quick check batteries be like $5, $5 or $7 for 2 fucking AA. Nah, nobody got that. Then you got the one with the one with the batteries that's not in the fucking store. I'm just gonna say, like them bullets, them motherfuckers is small. Don't do that. I know them. I got them. Don't do it. Amazon, Prime.
It's a companionship, and that's where they get us mad. We all, honestly, most, and that was the status that I made the other day too. Most women only cheat because they're missing that affection and attention. Period. It's not even nothing else. They could be taking out kids could be great. It could be going. About the energy that they're giving to you when they're in your presence. When you missing that, they not there all the time. You those feelings are strong because guess what? That's how you got me.
Yep. Exactly.
You were around. You were persistent. You loved me. No.
And now you just gone.
And I'm sitting here looking at these 4 walls, like and let's be honest, ladies. It's 2019. We got motherfucking options. Period.
Absolutely.
So we do, but when you get used to somebody, you used to them. Nobody wants to fucking ever used to. We too old for that.
I'm sorry, ladies, but they have more options. That men have more options than we do.
It's like 57 bitches to one nigga. Yes, they got options. They got options. It's like 300 bitches to one dude. They got options.
And the options are easier because they have to do less work.
Yes, raggedy bitches is winning. I'm trying to tell y'all. Girl. These bitches they ain't got no jobs. They ain't doing shit. They free all day, every day. They just waiting for a nigga to call them. What? You come over? All right. I ain't got no job. Me and bitch be at work. That's why half the time you get cheated on, you at work.
Girl.
This bitch is home on welfare in the project or wherever she at. In the fucking $14 house paying $100 worth of rent. And she ain't got shit to do besides go to a class for an hour and come back home and collect her food stamps. She find that nigga a cheesesteak on the way to the house. No. They winning.
I'm dead.
Bitch, you got a job. You can't be around a nigga 24/7. I work. I got an autistic kid. I got a 7-year-old daughter. I'm doing too much. I'm pretty sure whoever I'm probably end up with probably gonna be fucking everybody because I'm not gonna be homeless. I'm fucking home. I'm tired.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Bitch, somebody gets a raggedy bitch up waiting for him to call. Bitch, what?
Girl.
Oh, okay.
But can we even?
Bitch, I'm doing a podcast right now. Hold on. Let me tell you how serious it is right now. Let me tell you how serious it is right now. We doing a podcast right now. It's a raggedy bitch that's probably texting. I ain't got it, man, because nobody want my black ass. But I'm just saying, if I did, somebody could text him like, "Oh, she doing her podcast for a whole hour and a half. You got time?" Like, nigga, come on.
Right.
I'm just saying.
They will set that up for real.
You know what? You have to broaden your horizons. There are good men out there. It's just we looking in the wrong places. And you know
I ain't
what?
even looking. That's the crazy part. I quit.
Right, and that's the good part. You shouldn't be looking. We shouldn't be looking.
We should be living. I'm living.
We should be living.
Yup.
We should be living and bettering ourselves. And whatever happens, happens.
But
I'm busy taking naps. I work and take naps, man.
Can we talk about the level of cheating, right? So, all right, you in a situation, you know what it is. You know this nigga out here doing his ones and twos, just like Ned said. But then we, like you said, the different levels of cheating. I'm a boss, and you cheating with a bitch who ain't got a job. Like, my feelings is hurt more so because you cheating with a bitch that ain't got a job.
Like, who else is he gonna cheat with? He's not gonna get another woman that works. Y'all off at the same time. He can't get another woman that works. So he gotta date the boss.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Like I really want to say something, but I'm not even gonna say nothing. But let me tell you something. And I'm just gonna be 1,000% honest. Let me tell you how detrimental that statement you just made was. So now, mind you, I was probably 19, 20. I was like 20, early 20s when I met this dude, right? I was working at Little Macy's, not really doing that. I was a young girl. He's working at a job. He's working at like a customer service job, right? He met a bitch at the customer service job. They meet bitches at work. So not only did he meet the bitch at the customer service job, I had one child at that time. She was early in toddler years. So he left me. He married her. She had 4 kids, 3 different baby daddies, and lived in the project.
Lord.
Like, that's what you left me for.
It was easier.
She fucked your cousin, your best friend, just everybody. That's what you married? Okay. So maybe I should have fucked your cousin. Like, I'm not that person, but, like, it makes you think, like, should I just be some hood boogers? Hood boogers is getting with him? I need to be one? Like, I'm just trying to be regular ass niggas. Like, I'm trying to be regular ass niggas.
No, I'm joking.
Sonny, don't you ever say that again. No, that's trifling. But guess what? There was something. You know what? I feel like men, when they do stuff like that, like we look at them like they're crazy. Like, do you even know what you're dealing with? But they're looking at it like I'm the one that's getting her to settle down, or it's like some kind of catch or something. Because I see men do that often.
To conquer something.
So I think they look at it as a they look at the girl that's promiscuous and that's, sleeping with everybody as a challenge. So that when they get her to settle down, like they won something. And that's the crazy mind of men.
That's crazy. I just want to know, like, why? Like, how did the pros and cons of the situation, how did that work out for you? I don't know.
Girl.
That's my thing. Like, that's my only gripe. Like, if you gonna cheat on me, just leave me the fuck alone. Because if I find out who you cheating on me with a raggedy bitch, I'm gonna be that more upset. You gonna make me you make me feel like bitch. Like, and I get it. We shouldn't question our self-worth, but like when you that's why and guys feel like we get hung up on that. It's just trying to understand what the fuck happened, because if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're doing your relationship duties, like you taking care of things. You just got you covering the order. Like at the end of the day, you're not gonna be perfect. Some shit is not right with you. You gotta fix some shit. We all not perfect. We got our own flaws. But if you covering 95% of the order and shit like that, is that 5% that detrimental? That's just gonna be like I'm feeding you, I'm washing your clothes, I'm doing all this extra shit. like just doing shit because I genuinely give a fuck about you. Like, how does it, like, I don't understand. How does it go left to, like, is that enticement?
Right.
That's so enticing that you just like, fuck it. I'm going to, like,
You
this
know
good
what?
thing, everything's
You know
fine.
what?
I'm going to go over here.
About
You know what
control.
you know what my significant other said, and this is real. Nobody cheats. Nobody plans to get caught that cheats. If you're going out there and you're cheating, you're not planning to get caught. You don't think you're going to get caught. You don't even want to get caught. But you do get caught, and you hope for the best because your relationship obviously isn't worth it.
Yeah, it's the best.
There's something else I was going to say too. Forget it. I gotta get a pen and piece of paper. I'm getting too old for this.
We all like it. What way that train of thought was going? Wait a minute. But yeah,
Oh gosh. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what we
next time I need to bring a
hung
pen.
up on now. The why. Like, why you cheat?
The why.
To say, I don't know. I just felt like it.
And I think
because they can. That's why they cheat, because they can.
And that's I was going to say. I think as women, we look too much into that part of why because we want it to be something that we could fix. It ain't something that you can fix. This nigga don't want to be kept. He's not going to be kept. Period. You can do.
But my thing is, what my thing is with men. My thing with men is, if you don't want to be kept, then you need to keep it real. You need to let these girls, and that's what I tell my sons. You need to, if you don't want to be in a relationship, you need to keep it real with these young girls, and then this way, at the end of the day, they cannot get mad. Because somebody come busting my windows, I'm hurting you.
But see,
so you have to keep it real with these girls.
I'm going to have to digress with you on that, Chris, though, because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I've had a situation where he was honest how can I put it? He led with one thing, right? Situation got started. Things get a little more complicated. Then he says, this is what I want to do. I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. But he's still, I don't even know how to put it. He's still putting in the energy
effort,
to keep you hooked, right? Even though he's telling you, all right, point blank period. He's telling you one thing and he's doing something different. So my thing is,
well, what is he telling you? Is he telling you that he wants to be with you, but then he's not?
No, it's the opposite. He's telling that he don't want it to be a serious situation, but he's playing that. He's doing that. And he's still trying to
he's playing the game like he does.
Right.
Well, see, here's the thing: we have to stop listening to what everyone is saying, and we have to go by their actions. And if your actions don't mirror your words, then we have to decide are these the actions that we want to deal with.
Right. Understood. But I'm just saying, therein lies that issue. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about these girls, even because I'm a grown woman at this point with kids that's about to be out of high school, but you still playing with my emotions because on one hand, this is what I want because you said this one thing, but then you're still doing all these other things. So in my mind, okay, yeah, you said what you said, but I'm gonna watch what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so, if I can be confused, then can you imagine, where we were as young girls, and now, especially now in 2019, when this whole situation is bullshit. Can you? Yeah,
do you know my boyfriend? My boyfriend went away to college and played Division I football, right? And I sat in my girlfriend's room. I was 19 years old. I will never forget this. I sat in my girlfriend's living room, and I told her to her face, he would never cheat on me. And I was dead serious because he told me everything I needed to hear to feel that way. He literally made me feel that way, that he would never cheat on me. And then 6 months later, I found out he was probably with the girl while I was saying it. Then now in hindsight, 46 years old, knowing what I know now, and I know the game just a whole lot better. Thank you very much. And he was probably cheating on me the whole damn time. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not bitter. I'm not mad. I'm not upset because look, I got a good book out of it now.
Yeah.
Right.
I know we got less than 10 minutes of the show left, so I don't want to jump into a topic. This is the wrap to part 2 of the Women Speak series. I definitely got to do this again with y'all. Again, sooner rather than later. But this is dope. Again, thank y'all for joining me and agreeing to join me for not 1 but 2 shows. I know I took y'all time out of y'all night to lay down and relax. You know, the kids probably thinking y'all, get y'all me time, and I've invaded that. But I appreciate you ladies for joining me. To Annette, thanks for calling in. I know you were watching your football game, but thank you for calling in. I see that she has left the conversation, but we appreciate you for calling in. Kira, tell her we said thank you. I want you ladies to take your time and give out your information so if people want to follow you on the social medias and talk about projects you're doing. I know all of you ladies are into your own things outside of joining me for this show. So I'm going to let Christine go first. Kira, you can go second, and then Keita, you're going to wrap it.
Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at Christine Mayo So Saucy, or you can follow So Saucy 23. That's my business Instagram. Or you can friend request me. We don't have too many friends in common. I may not accept it, but you can like my page So Saucy on Facebook, and you can. I also have another group called Mothers of Grown Daughters. I'm gonna start working on that a little bit, but I'm also writing a book about my situation and things that I've been through. It's going to be a really good book. My co-author, Bobby Bean, is writing it with me, and that's it. Thank you.
Hey, guys, it's Kira. You can follow me on Instagram at IamHer_the1. And
I've been looking for you on Instagram, too.
No, it's spelled out IAMHER_THEONE and the number 1. You can also follow me on Facebook at Kira Michelle. I am, just doing the nonprofit situation right now. We're going to continue to run with that. Hopefully we can get our summer program back up and running. We do a free summer camp, 7 to 17, girls and boys, where we do basketball training of fundamentals. So we'll basically teach you how to play the game and how to hone your skills. But on top of that, we have mentorship, we have tutoring. We're trying to introduce a social component where we have someone who can work as a liaison between parents, the schools, and whatever else they have going on, just trying to give them, trying to give our community the resources that we need to not to just get by. Personally speaking, I am working on grant writing because I want to bring some more money to the community. So if you know anyone who can be a mentor to me or anything of that nature, I'm definitely open to it. But I'm also looking to collaborate with a lot of our different grassroots organizations in the city of Trenton so that we can get the funding that's necessary to run these programs and to give our kids that next level support. And I want to give a shout out to the Smith Family Foundation for being a very integral part of my program and supporting and funding us, and also pushing that higher education is the normal next step. This is what we're doing. We're sending our kids to college. We're sending them to trade schools. We're we're pushing them to get to that next level, to succeed and to prosper and to get this money.
So that's right. Keita?
Keita. I can be followed on Instagram at Keita82. You can follow me or like my page and follow on Facebook, Shakita Vincent. That's SHAKETTA Vincent VINCENT. I do also have 2 side businesses in which I create personalized T-shirts, glasses. Christmas is coming up, so tournaments, whatever you think of, I can do it, as well as sweet treats, as well as any items that you may need for your intimate part of your life, your bedroom accessories, and so forth. So once again, thank you, ladies, for this time that we've had together. I really needed it.
I definitely appreciate y'all.
Keep it going. We really need to keep it going.
Yeah, like I said, we do the women's take. So the men will have their takeover, and then I usually have my takeover where I grab a couple ladies to come on and join me. I know upcoming we're gonna do Battle of the Sexes. So I'm gonna. I know I had 2 other people that wanted to join the conversation that we had starting out, but they weren't able to. So I guess once I figure out what the Battle of the Sexes date is going to be, so we're going to go through the topics, the more so of the double standards with my 2 co-hosts, myself and another person, another female, of course. So I got to narrow down who's going to join me for that one. But definitely, next time we do a show, or any time you ladies want to join a show, if you see me post about a show and you want to join in, let me know. We can get you in that. We can get you on that. We do on Monday. So if you hit me up before Monday, you can always say, what's the topic for next week, if you want to join. More than happy to have any of you join us for any upcoming shows. But I definitely got to put the word out about this, the Battle of Sexes. I think the guys are going to do their show prior to it. We're going to do the Battle of Sexes a little later on, hopefully before the end of the year. So that's definitely a dope thing to do. Also, I've just reached out to a local artist. I'm going to put this out there, guys. Reached out to a local artist about doing a sip and paint, where half the proceeds will be donated to Autism Speaks. We told you guys on previous shows, GSC Radio is going to do more action, less talk when it comes to donating and not necessarily donating, but supporting these different causes that are dear to us, and autism is being one of them. So I did the autism walk earlier in October, and now we're going to be trying to put together this event. So once that gets up, we're going to put it on our Facebook page, and we're going to be inviting people to it. Got to find a space and all that. So I'm excited to get that underway. Again, thank you, ladies, for joining me for the last 2 Mondays. You guys can follow me at IamSunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I'm not going to put my government name out there, so if y'all know me, you can go to my Facebook page and send me a friend request. I got 15 in waiting. I don't know them people. I'm trying to figure out who the hell they are and who sent them. So they just sitting there, but if I know you, I'm going to just add you and be done with it, and the other people still got to wait. Like our Facebook page, GFG Radio Show. It's actually called GFG Radio. Like our Facebook page. Go to our website, gfgradioshow.com, for all the rest of our links to our different ways you can listen to the podcast, different things we post out throughout the week. Mainly we post our shows, but we can post stuff in between. So check that out. Go to teespring.com, cop some merch. GFT Radio's, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. Get some merchandise. Those proceeds go to everything that goes along with the podcast. This just is not free, guys. It costs. You help us. You help us by supporting the podcast that you know and love, and we know you listen to. Thank you to the listeners for listening to us and letting the ladies take over and being okay and not calling in and yelling at us. Thanks to my co-host for not calling in today and yelling at us. They told us they weren't going to do 2 minutes, but Willie was listening. He did text me, and he said, black men don't cheat. I told him I was going to say that on the air. That's what he said, and that was his final answer. But go follow him and Clint. Clint is at a King's Truth 609 on Instagram, and Willie is Willie Styles on Instagram. That's Styles with a Z. So check him out on Instagram, and you can follow him on social media outlets. You know, listen to past shows, you get all the information. I don't know about her. Y'all know I'm bad with dates as it is. All right, guys, about to wrap the show. So good night, guys. And if Clinton was here, he'd say see you in 7 days. Ladies.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys.